Imagine being told that you were different. Imagine being laughed at simply because of the way you looked. For many people, that kind of pain could have ended their dreams. But for one young girl from Canada, it became the beginning of an extraordinary journey. She didn't change who she was, she changed how the world saw beauty. Today, millions recognize her as one of the world's most influential supermodels. But behind the glamorous runways, luxury campaigns, and magazine covers is a story of courage, resilience, and unshakable confidence. This is the inspiring story of Winnie Harlow. Birth, family, and early life. Winnie Harlow was born Chantel Whitney Brown Young on July 27, 1994, in Mississauga, Ontario, Canada. She was raised in a Jamaican-Canadian family that encouraged her to believe in herself, even during difficult times. At the age of 4, she was diagnosed with vitiligo, a skin condition that causes patches of skin to lose their pigment. As she grew older, those visible differences made her a target for bullying. Some classmates called her hurtful names. Others made her feel like she didn't belong. For a child, those experiences were deeply painful, but they would also become the foundation of her remarkable strength. Did you know? Winnie has said in interviews that there were moments during her childhood when the bullying became so intense that she changed schools more than once. Most people would have allowed those experiences to define their future. Winnie chose a different path. Finding her confidence. Growing up wasn't easy. There were days filled with self-doubt. Days when fitting in seemed impossible. But over time, Winnie began to realize something important. Her differences didn't make her weaker. They made her unique. Instead of hiding, she slowly started embracing the skin she was born with. That change didn't happen overnight. It took courage, confidence, and the decision to stop seeking approval from people who refused to understand her. Little did she know, that very decision would one day inspire millions around the world. Did you know? Before becoming internationally famous, Winnie dreamed of working in entertainment and modeling, despite being told that the fashion industry might never accept someone who looked like her. Then, one television show changed everything. The breakthrough. In 2014, Winnie Harlow competed on America's Next Top Model, where she was selected by Tyra Banks to join the competition. Although she didn't win the season, she achieved something even more important. The world noticed her, her confidence, her presence, and her willingness to redefine beauty standards. Almost overnight, fashion brands, photographers, and designers began paying attention. What many people once viewed as a limitation, the fashion industry was beginning to recognize as part of her unique identity. That moment marked the true beginning of her international career. Milestone. Following her appearance on America's Next Top Model, Winnie went on to work with globally recognized fashion brands, appear on magazine covers, and walk runways around the world. But appearing on television was only the beginning. The biggest opportunities were still ahead, breaking barriers. As Winnie entered the global fashion industry, she wasn't simply booking modeling jobs. She was helping expand conversations about beauty, representation, and confidence. Major fashion houses, beauty brands, and photographers increasingly embraced her distinctive look. Every campaign, every runway, and every magazine cover carried a message. Beauty doesn't come in just one form, and confidence can be more powerful than conformity. Without trying to fit into someone else's definition of perfection, Winnie was creating her own. The world finally took notice. After her appearance on America's Next Top Model, Winnie's career accelerated. She began appearing in international fashion campaigns. Luxury brands wanted to work with her. Magazine covers followed. Soon, she was walking runways for some of the biggest names in fashion and proving that beauty could never be defined by one standard. Every photo shoot, every runway, every campaign was another step toward changing how millions of people viewed confidence and individuality. Winnie wasn't simply becoming successful. She was helping reshape the fashion industry itself. Did you know? Winnie Harlow has modeled for globally recognized fashion houses and beauty brands, appeared in major fashion magazines, and attended prestigious events including the Met Gala and the Cannes Film Festival. But fame wasn't the end of her journey. It gave her something even more powerful, a voice, using her platform for change. As Winnie's influence grew, she began speaking openly about confidence, self-acceptance, and embracing individuality. She has consistently encouraged people not to hide what makes them different. Instead, she reminds them that their uniqueness can become their greatest strength. Beyond modeling, Winnie has built a successful personal brand through business ventures, public speaking, collaborations, and social media, where millions of followers continue to support her journey. She became more than a model. She became a role model. But perhaps Winnie's biggest achievement wasn't a fashion campaign. It was changing lives she would never even meet. A lasting legacy. Today, Winnie Harlow is recognized as one of the world's most influential supermodels. Her success opened doors for broader conversations about representation and inclusion in fashion. Young people around the world who once felt invisible found someone they could relate to. Not because Winnie claimed to be perfect, but because she showed that confidence begins with accepting yourself. Her career proves that success isn't about fitting into someone else's expectations. It's about becoming the best version of yourself. Why this story matters. Winnie Harlow's story matters because it reminds us that society doesn't get the final say over our potential. People may judge us by our appearance, our background, or our circumstances. But those things don't determine our future. Our response does. Whether you're building a business, starting a YouTube channel, or chasing a dream that feels impossible, there will always be voices telling you why it can't be done. Winnie's journey reminds us to keep moving anyway. The hidden lesson, the qualities that make you feel different today, may become the very qualities that make you unforgettable tomorrow. Confidence isn't pretending to be someone else. It's having the courage to be yourself. Imagine a little girl walking into school, wondering if today would bring more laughter, more judgment, more hurtful words. Now imagine that same girl, standing on the world's biggest runways, appearing on international magazine covers, and inspiring millions of people she has never met. That is the power of resilience. Winnie Harlow didn't become successful because she changed who she was. She became successful because she finally embraced who she had always been. And perhaps that's the greatest lesson her story leaves behind. Sometimes, the world doesn't need another copy. It needs the original version of you. If you enjoyed this documentary and want more premium biographies of the world's biggest models, fashion icons, fitness stars, actors, and digital creators, subscribe to Model Archives. If Winnie Harlow's story inspired you, leave a like. And tell us in the comments, what was the biggest lesson you learned from Winnie Harlow's journey? Turn on notifications so you never miss our next documentary.